Hi folks, Betsy Heller here, Achievers Realty, and today we're going to talk about what I learned in the Army that applies to selling your house. So first we're going to start with something fun. Here's a picture of me from basic training. I'm not going to tell you which one is me, you're going to have to guess, and I guess we'll send out a prize to whoever figures out first. Alright, on to the purpose of this talk. So thanks to having gone through all of the military leadership manuals, what I learned in the Army started with backwards planning. So what you see here is kind of an eye chart, but it explains to you all of the steps from your decision to sell all the way down to moving day. But what I really want you to do is what we learned to do in the Army, and that's backwards plan. So if you know that you want to move, say May 1st, or maybe when school gets out, mid-June, then you need to backwards plan and say, well, from the time I'm going to close escrow and move to the time I get into escrow is maybe going to be 30 to 45 days. And on average, our market times are going anywhere from an average of 30 days in San Diego County right now, depending upon your price point and how close you are to the ocean. And then the prep time from when we launch that listing all the way back to preparing your home and doing the photos. Maybe you need to not just have us help you stage your home and do some early packing, but maybe you want to prepare your home by doing some fresh paint, or maybe you need to plant some flowers outside to make it look brighter. Those things are going to obviously improve how much money you make in the long run when close of escrow comes, but they're also going to influence how long it takes for you to move. So what's the shortest backwards planning time that I have ever had? Well, the shortest backwards planning that my husband and I have ever had is actually 3 days. 3 days from the time we went and decided that we were going to buy a home to the time we bought it. And the shortest for the decision to make a move was probably about a month total, start to finish, from the time we decided we were going to sell to the time we were actually out of our place. But we're not typical. Most people are going to take 3 to 6 months in this process because they're going to take a month of it here for escrow, and they're going to have time working backwards. And obviously, the more time you give yourself, the more chance you have to optimize your equity. I'm all about you wanting to make the most money. So we're going to run through this real quick, and then you're going to see some of the choices that you have as you go through it. So we'll go backwards, just like the Army does. So before moving day, you're going to have close of escrow, but the time between your close of escrow and when you move out can be negotiated. So maybe you do want to sell by the 1st of May, but you can't really move until June 15th when the kids get out of school. So that might be a month or a month and a half right there. From close of escrow to the time you have a signed agreement is going to be 30 to 45 days on average. It usually won't be more than that because that is how long loan locks are. And then from the signed agreement, from the time you launch on the MLS, here today in San Diego County, it's 31 days. But if you have a home in some of the hot zip codes like 92126, and your home is prepped for sale, it's probably 7 days or less. And from the time you decide to sell to the time you do your launch, the minimum to get good videos and have everything launched properly online to maximize the money you will make from this property, it's a minimum of 3 or 4 days. But for most folks, that can be a week to 2 weeks to up to a month or two, depending upon if they have any work inside or outside the house that they feel needs to be done, anything that maybe they potentially know about for disclosures that they want to fix. So I hope this helped you, give you a better idea of that time frame, and that starting backwards and doing that Army planning makes sense. See you later.